Hello, welcome to Sadvasty Living, and this is the introduction to my VEDA, a video every day in August video, or a vlog. I think it's actually a vlog every day in August. If you're new to my channel, here is a brief introduction. I am a mom of 5 children that I homeschool. My husband is what we're calling a missionary pastor to a congregation in Canada, and that's all that we're going to be talking about with that. We have moved up here to Michigan because we cannot afford to live in Canada, and in order to do that we have had to make some adjustments to our family. I have been a stay-at-home mom my entire adult life, and since moving up here I have had to become a working mother, and so we're learning how to balance frugality, living what I call living with the poverty income budget, because I use statistics according to the government website, and basically a lot of what that entails and trying to make it all work here on the homestead, which is where Sodbuster initially came from. It was a name my husband chose back when we first got married. He called us the Sodbusters because we lived in the deserts of California, where gardening was a lot of work. It was a lot of sod busting and really working the ground and trying to build up good soil to be able to garden, homestead, whatever it was. And then we moved to Indiana, where we kind of continued the homesteading ideal. And maybe one day here in Michigan we'll get to go back to that, but it doesn't seem like I'm ready to let go of that dream, and so Sodbuster has just been the name that I've had all these years and will continue to be so. So I like to share a lot of trying to live frugally, like I said, live minimally in the sense of I am working on that. I love coffee. Probably too much. It's the taste. It has no effect on me. Yet some days I feel like I'm getting older and it is starting to affect me, but I'm in denial on that until I can no longer be in denial. Coffee just tastes really good. I have a lot of things kind of planned for this month. I even made a list, so hopefully this will go well. There's actually going to be a couple of collabs in here, which I'm really excited about. And so I just ask that each day you click the subscribe button, and then you can see when I have a new video coming out each day. The plan is to have all of this scheduled. However, please understand that I am human. I am a one-man show. I do my own filming, editing, uploading, all of that, and I work and homeschool and do homekeeping, which is what I'm going to be sharing all with you. So everything should go according to plan, but since when has everything gone according to plan? So we'll see how this goes. All right, so that's just a little bit about us. My oldest is 16, she'll be 17 in October, and my youngest just turned 8. And so I know that a lot of people have really started following this channel when I was sharing a whole lot of homeschooling content, and things are just look so drastically from when I started to what it looks like today that I haven't really been sharing any of that. There was just so many channels that did it so much better that I kind of got away from that, but some of those videos will be posted during this month. So if you're looking forward to that, here it comes. Okay, that would be pretty much my wrap up. However, I hate really short videos. I'm just weird. So I was trying to think of what I could do to include some other content in this video. And one of the things that was asked about that I really have not put on here are some of the books I have been read or reading recently. Originally I was going to share a recipe, like a childhood favorite recipe, but it requires an oven and it is way too hot right now to turn on the oven. So we're going to go to books. If you enjoy book content, I do have a channel that I just dedicated strictly to books because it was just interfering a little bit too much with the continuity, I think is the word, with Side Bus for Living. So I will leave that link down below if you want to see more on that. I'm not as regular on that, and I don't try to be regular on that because books are books, and it just kind of depends on what happens. So some of the books I have been reading recently, some of the books I have been reading or wrapped up, finished reading recently was Elizabeth Peters' The Last Camel Died at Noon. This is actually, I use the audiobook on this. I have a 40-minute drive to work, and so if I have an hour and 20 minutes, I usually just put on the audiobook, and I'm really enjoying Barbara Rosenblatt's rendition of these. She does a really, really good job, and it's so much fun to hear it. I love the Elizabeth Peters. This one was definitely more my why I fell in love. The last two have just kind of been meh for me, and then this one really picked up. So I am on the next one for that, which I think is like the snake, the dog, and the crocodile, or the dog, the snake, and the crocodile, or something like that. But Elizabeth Peters kind of writes about Amelia Peabody, who is just this Victorian era archaeologist who is married to Radcliffe Emerson, and they have a son, and they end up in some way, shape, or form with an Egyptian mystery of somehow, and it's just a lot of fun. They're very clean. They're just a lot of fun. Two books that I also have recently wrapped up are Marie Benedict. I really enjoyed The Other Einstein when I did that as a read, like a buddy read with somebody that's actually no longer on YouTube, so that's irrelevant. And so I have a couple other ones that I have picked up. I think this is the one I read first, Lady Clementine, which is about Lady Churchill, and it was okay. It actually had nothing to do necessarily with the author as much as it was the person. I just really didn't like Lady Churchill. I found her very annoying. And then I did Her Hidden Genius, which is about the Jewish lady scientist Rosalind Franklin, who did more with like DNA genetic coding and things like that. I believe that's what it is. One thing that I really like about Marie Benedict's science books, I have a feeling the author is actually more in the field of scientist, or a scientist in her field, or whatever it is that she really gives details with the science, and it goes over my head a lot of times, but I really do appreciate the author trying to use her characters to explain what they're doing, how the science works in it, and things like that. So this one I liked a whole lot better than Lady Clementine. It was shorter. Again, the author is kind of just a meh character, but I don't know. I enjoyed this more. I just had issues with Lady Churchill. So those are a few books that I have recently finished. Currently working through, aka currently reading the next, obviously the next Amelia Peabody, like I talked about. I found this one. This is Gladys Aylward's The Little Woman. I just started this, and hold on. Oh, I am slowly trying to do a poem with William Wordsworth. This was talked about in Jan Karen's Mitford series, and I was like, well, I would like to know a little bit, you know, I like some poetry. Let me try to do a little bit more with poetry. And so far, I'm not a poetry person. I did find one that I enjoyed, but so far that's been about it. And for more pleasure reading, and then I have like a book that I can read on my Kindle that I'm working through on that, but the other one that I'm reading is Sydney Chambers and the Shadow of Death. This is the Grantchester Mysteries by James Runcie, and this is my second time rereading these. They did so much better than the TV series. If you want to compare it all, books are 10 times better than the TV series. So those are the books that I'm reading or have read recently, and this is the introduction to VEDA. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.